1 2 1 2 1 2. What's up in the place to be on a Friday night? And I figured, I'm like, yo, I might as well just come on. I was gonna pop out for a minute, but ain't no sense of doing that. So we gonna go ahead and share it and go from there. Yeah. Let the algorithm pick it up for a minute. What's up, everybody? This is Santa and the place to be. Welcome to Pontiac WYAC, number one on your DM dial. Tonight, I just figured I know we usually do our regular show, but I just said, it's Friday night. I'm chilling. Got a little Mountain Dew, what I'm saying? And just kick it for a minute or whatever. It's been a great last couple of weeks, man. I'm very, grateful and happy how things have been the last couple of weeks. Thankful. God has been good in my life, and I know he has been good in yours. But yeah, man, just having a recap for the week, man. I mean, then had a nice little week. If you're watching, please share. I'm just on here tonight. If you want to come on, you can. I'm gonna have the phone number up, matter of fact, and if you want to be a part of it, you can. That's what the platform was really all about when I started doing this. I just want this to be a fun atmosphere, and really, this is what it has been. Really, the last couple of weeks we've been doing this. Amy popping in and popping on and being a host, and Scoop G popping in, popping on and being a host or whatnot, and we just been having fun. Yesterday we had Melanie Rutherford, councilwoman. Man, we've been having some crazy conversations. I'm telling you, we talking about politics, we talking about relationships, we talk about things that's around the city and the metro area of, Pontiac and Michigan, and not even just that, just, more or less the whole country. So we just try to have fun with that, man, and that's pretty much what we try to do, and have fun and just give it a voice. So tonight, I'm just got my cigar from D Wins when he was here a couple of weeks ago. Take a couple of pulls from there. Yeah. And we go from there. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of, number one, I'm just, shout out a couple of things. That I want to bring into the forefront. A lot of great things happening for the city of Pontiac, with the city of Pontiac, in my opinion. Looking forward. Again, I know it's a lot of talks with the community center, youth center. So looking forward to see what transpired with that. I'm happy that we got some progression going on, and whoever want to get on here and talk about that, they can talk about that. Shout out to a lot of people. I always want to shout out, and I haven't gotten a chance, but I talked to him not too long ago, to my buddy, to my guy, a real gentleman, very professional guy, and that's moving the needle in the city of Pontiac, Dr. Semino Scott. Dr. Semino Scott, I had the pleasure of meeting him around roughly 3 years ago, and Dr. Semino Scott, and also now Dr. Anisha Hanna, president of the Pontiac School Board, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but she also is a part of PCIP, Pontiac Collective Impact Partnership, and they moving mountains, man. So I like to say, they've been very, very good to me, allowing me to work with them and allowing me to do things with them, and I really appreciate them for what they're doing in the city of Pontiac. PCF, Pontiac Community Foundation, Dustin McClellan, him and his group doing great things in the city of Pontiac Promise Zone. I like just to give a shout out to people and organizations that's doing good and great things around the city of Pontiac. So this platform is really just to do that, and not only just to do that, highlight individuals, that have things going on and whatnot. And that's what this platform is really about. We just, at the end of the day, we have fun. So like I say, Scoob and Amy, our show that we do is on a Tuesday. But I also was thinking about trying to do, I mentioned the Scoob, but I know everybody's schedules is different than mine's, and we try to intertwine them a little bit. But what I wanted to start coming in the mornings. I was like, I'm gonna come in the mornings and do all that. But I know some people work in the morning, can't do the mornings, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. But I wanted to come in the mornings and just have like maybe a quick 30, 45 minute jump off where everybody just, if I can get up in the morning. But I'm gonna tell you, I do better because I used to stay up all night and it wasn't good. You know what I mean? I stay up all night working on stuff, working on stuff. But I realized, man, it's only so much you can get done. You have to refresh and rejuvenate yourself. So now I go to bed at decent time, like like I should. You know what I mean? And I've been doing better, and I'm thankful for that. So I just thank God for the platform. I thank God for the people that has been able to come on with us and have fun with me, Amy, and James, and my brother Derek. Derek gets on when he can. I call Derek a contributor, but Derek is more than a contributor. If you ask me, he's, he coming with a perspective, but I'm just giving it a journalistic name, I guess. But for the most part, we just have fun. Again, and no opinion is, let me turn down that music a little bit. No opinion is too big, no opinion is too small. And, like I say, WYAC, Pontiac WYAC is what it is. We have fun with it. But always also just trying to have fun, but we also try to just bring some knowledge if we can, and then the platform, opening it up, any and everybody, what's up, dog? Any and everybody, what's up, my guy? Hey, bro. You might have to call in, bro. I might have to I don't know if you've been able to follow the show, man. We do it every Tuesday, number 33. Me and my man James Gay and Amy Camille Muhammad, we do the show every Tuesday at 7:00. We might be I might have to discuss with them about, scheduling a little bit, because my daughter, she's a dancer for the Detroit Pistons, and I'm super proud of her, but her practices is around that time, so got to get her back and forth to the facility down in Detroit. So might have some scheduling conflict a little bit. It ain't nothing that we can't work around. But yeah, man, if you ever feel free, you want to call, you can call in. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the number right now. Boom. Oh, it's still saying what it said yesterday. Let me take that down. See, this is who we had. We had Councilwoman Melanie Rutherford, and I think it was a good interview. Let me go ahead and change this right now on the fly. Go and edit this. Hotline. Boom. Take that off. Update. Boom. Boom. So anybody that want to call can call. And that's what the show is all about. It's really about talking. You know what I mean? You can talk about whatever you want to. And it's an open platform. 100% open platform. Everything has a rule, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But we really haven't had to have any harsh rules or whatnot. Everybody's invited. However many people that the program allow me to have is who I bring on. Hey, friend, what's going on? Yeah. Hey, friend, Pontiac is trying to do some big things lately. They need to work on more of these raggedy streets and towards more affordable housing. And that's one of the things that actually Councilwoman talked about, Rutherford talked about last night. She talked about District 1 and how they, how she's been working on housing is one of her big things, and also streets. I believe she mentioned some of that. If you can probably even go back into the archives of yesterday's show, we did with Councilwoman, Melanie Rutherford. And you can hear about what she say. What district are you on? You on the south side, west side, east, west, north? Where you at? Pontiac is trying to do some things big lately. They need to work more on these streets, raggedy streets at work. So, and I'm gonna tell you, like when it comes to affordable housing, it's like, let me turn my mic down just a tad bit. 1 2 1 2 1 2. I think when it comes to, she made a good point yesterday that the typical house really, like rent is crazy. Rent is crazy. Rent is up everywhere, nationwide. You know what I'm saying? You're in District 6. Okay, so we might try to have to work who District 6 is. So let's see who District 6 is, Pontiac. District 6, Pontiac, council person. So District 6 is Mr. Carrington. I know Mr. William Carrington. And William Carrington is a good guy. I know Mr. William Carrington. And I think we reach out to Mr. Carrington. And I'm pretty sure he'd come on too. None of these people are that I know. I can just speak from what my experience with them. I know everybody got opinions and thoughts on each and every one of council people or the mayor or representatives and this and that. But I'm going to tell you, my experience with pretty much all of them has been very good. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I believe everybody want the best for the city. So I'm glad that she was able to come represent District 1 and some ideals that she had. Maybe we could reach out for Mr. Carrington and Councilman Pro Tem Carrington can come on and just talk about what he's doing in District 6. And that's really what, this is all about. You know what I mean? Not only, and then, you're also available to come on and call in, or even if there's council person or whomever, you're available to come on screen with them and talk to them directly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure there ain't gonna be a big problem with that. But yeah, we had a good time yesterday. But like I said, man, we've been kind of going on for like we done talked about. This is what I like about the platform, just me personally. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I came up with the logo, a month and a half, 2 months ago or whatever, when I started doing it, I was like, let me go ahead and read what you said. So I heard when it went to City Hall earlier this week, I was getting my voting ballot. Would love to meet with him. And yeah, you can. I mean, every Tuesday at 7:00, we come for the show, me, 2 other hosts, and we just kick it. I'm telling you, the stuff that you might hear might be some crazy stuff, but I'm gonna tell you, we might go crazy, but we know how to have fun. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. We all know how to be ourselves. So that's what I love about it. But we're gonna have more guests on, and just not just council people or political people. Some people that you might be interested that's doing business, or even you, or if you got something going on and something that you want to talk about that you got going on, you can come. You ain't gotta be a council person. You ain't gotta be a political figure. You ain't gotta be, and that was the real reason why I came up with this platform, is because there's people like me and you that's just regular folks. You know what I mean? We don't hold more or less a position, but we work. We try to make best from the city that we come from, and we do the best by our families, just regular people. But we got some stuff going on, and maybe we don't have a megaphone behind us. You know what I mean? So I made this platform, and I wanted to be open for people to be able to just come and say what they felt that they wanted to say. You know what I mean? Because I'm just that type of guy. Plus, I love doing this type of stuff, man. I've been doing this. I have been doing live stream going on 10 years now. And I always say this, but I'm going to just say it again. I was one of the first people doing live streams on Facebook. I had people calling me 8 years ago, 9 years ago, when it was very hard to learn how to do it, from different parts of the country. How do you do it? So I love doing this type of work, and I love I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Pontiac WYAC just came up with it and got 2 great co-hosts with me, and we just have fun rocking it out when we can do it. But again, this platform is just for everybody. Like I say, we come in, we have fun. Ain't no telling what you might hear. You know, if you would like to call in tonight, you can. We just chilling. I got my cigar. Got my juice. You know what I mean? Got my juice, and I'm chilling for a minute. I was, you know, my homeboy was like, yo, let's get out, you know, there's a roll. But I'm a homebody. I don't like to do much no more. To tell you the truth, I like to work on my craft. I like to think about my craft. I like to work on it, and I like to have a clear mind. And I just be where, excuse my vernacular, but I like to be where I am, if you understand what I mean by that. You know, I mean, if it's in my studio at the pod, 43700 Woodward Avenue, Suite 40, or if it's here at home in the lab, I like to be in my creative space where I can be me and I can do me and I can create. The best part of me is when I'm able to create, when I'm able to do things like this, when I'm able to brainstorm, and then not only brainstorm, I'm able to act on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to work on the things that I want to see come to pass. And a lot of times I get things done is because I have time alone. I have time to think about what I want to do. I have time to, you know, and if I'm always out, I can't do it. I can't do it. So a person like me can't do it. You know, maybe other people can, but I really just like being in my element. And even if I'm out for too long, let's say I go to a club, I go to a bar, which I don't, but say I go to the club, I go to the bar, I go to the this and that, you will look up and I'm gone. I like to be where I am, you know, and there's nothing against anyone. It's just that I like where I like to be where I want to be, you know. And if I ain't my phone ringing, it's my mother. I'm gonna call her back very soon. But I like just to be where I'm at when I want to be, you know. So nothing against anybody. I just like doing me. That's when I get the best out of me and maximize my time. So, but yeah, man, I've just been having a good time recapping what the show has been about. We have talked about everything from Kamala to Sleepy Joe to the assassination attempt. We done talked about a lot of stuff. We done covered a lot of ground, and we done had some big disagreements. You know what I'm saying? We had some guest callers in that we done have fun with them. We done really, you know what I mean? Like I feel like we really I like to move the needle a little bit. I think we have. I think we had one thing I like about this group that I'm with, that we do. We disagree, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we not disagreeable. Everybody, you know, everybody got their own personality on the show, and I really like the chemistry. But that's what I like about it, and that's what makes a good team. You know what I'm saying? Or cohesion. Like, everybody can be there, and everybody respect where everybody's at. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing. You know, so we've been having a good time. I've been really having a good time. Unfortunately, we didn't come on time, the time that we usually are scheduled, because a lot of the power outages that were going on, we missed our date. But I believe all things happen for a reason. And with that date not happening, which was Tuesday, was my power went out initially, and then it went into Thursday. Tuesday, and then Wednesday was out also until late Wednesday, and then it forced us to, we wasn't even do a show yesterday, quite honestly. But you know, through how things work, and Amy and her connections made possible to have an impromptu show yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So things work for a purpose, because if we did a show on Tuesday, we probably wouldn't have did the show yesterday with Councilwoman. So things work the way they do. You know, there's more people that I would like to talk to, man. It's like Pastor McDonald, another man that I really admire. I really like Pastor McDonald, Prospect Missionary Baptist Church. He's a solid man. I like Pastor McDonald. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy, a good guy. You know what I mean? Like, and you could tell, and I could tell. You know, as far as what he is with me, and I believe his standing in the community is up. You know, he's an upstanding guy. He does great work. He's straightforward, and I like that. I would like to be able to talk to Pastor McDonald because we wanted to talk to some clergy members also. So not only just politicians, some clergy members, you know what I mean? Maybe we can get a Pastor Jones up on this joint. Or I know Patrick Johnson, my boy, he's a pastor now, and you know what I mean? He has his movement going on. Maybe I'm, probably reach out to him, get some clergy members, because, people in the community also want to talk to clergy members and have a conversation with them too. Not, so it's a lot that we're going to be doing here at Pontiac WYAC. And for people that don't understand what DM3 means, DM.3 means Pontiac WYAC, DM.3. DM just means direct message. .3 mean you got 3 hosts. You know what I'm saying? And we got a great contributor, Derek Wins. Like I say, that's my brother in-law, but that's my brother. And we just have a ball. So there's many people that we want to get in contact with. Like I say, large, small, in between, in the middle, whatever. It don't make a difference. Everybody has a voice. And that was the main impetus of having this show and platform. Number one, to have fun. I don't do nothing I don't enjoy. So the moment that I stop enjoying it, I'm not doing it no more. It's too many things in life, for real, that I've had to do up to this point that I really didn't enjoy. And I just told myself in my life, long as I could control certain things, I'm not going to do certain things that I don't enjoy no more. So if I stopped enjoying this or didn't like doing it, I wouldn't do it. But I'm loving doing it. I'm having fun doing it. And it seems like it's something that's actually kind of, people enjoy too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all inclusive. It's all inclusive. And it's Pontiac first. Now, like I say, at the end of the day, we gonna talk crazy and we gonna get wild. We're gonna have that barbershop talk. We're gonna get wild. But at the end of the day, we just having the conversation that people usually have anyway. And we're not afraid to be ourselves. A lot of times, I know people that they want to talk. They want to be themselves, but they're afraid to do it because they feel like maybe a standing in the community or something like that. They're afraid to even talk and say who they are. But here's a word of advice. You also always got to be cautious of what you do and say online. Period, point blank, always be calculated how you say and what you do. Always be that. And I believe that. But don't ever be afraid to be yourself and say what you feel. You know what I'm saying? And, back up what you believe in. You know what I mean? And you don't have to go along with the crowd if everybody's feeling one way. You can go against the herd or against the grain. I'm notorious for going against the grain. That's the only way I got to where I'm at right now. And I hope that God blessed me to get further. You know what I mean? God keep blessing me with the activity of my limbs and breath in my body where nobody ain't got to do nothing for me. If I go against the grain, that's just my nature. I can't be boxed in. You know what I'm saying? I sometimes I go with the flow, but then when the flow don't feel right, my current is switch. Not that I switch, it's just that it's time to grow. You know what I'm saying? To carve a new canal in that stream. You know what I'm saying? Or from that flow. So if you have something on your mind or something that you want to say, don't always feel like you got to agree. And just because your opinion might be the unpopular opinion don't mean that you have to not voice it. You know what I mean? I'm just the point or period. I'm the type of person that will say how I feel regardless, in a way that's respectful. Not to offend, but I must speak what I believe is the truth, and I can always be standing to be corrected. Let me see. You're good at your craft. Thank you so much, Diane. Please share this right now. We also going to have, I remember your late show some years ago. Yeah, it was Effigy Live. Effigy Live is where it all started. Effigy Live is still a show. I can still bring it back. I done had so many shows. Let me tell you what my shows were. I'm gonna tell you what my beginning of my shows were. My first show ever was called the Econ Show. The Econ Show, and it started right over in that corner of the basement of the lab, and it was basically economics. That was my first show. It was 8-9 years ago. That's when I first started learning how to live stream. Live streaming wasn't even a thing yet, so I was very new to it and learning how to do it. That was my first show. Me, forgot the young lady, but my homeboy came down here a couple times. We did the show, bam. And I was doing that for a while. Then I changed it over to Effigy Live. Effigy Live was a long running show. You know what I'm saying? The Effigy Live was basically just named after my company, which is Effigy Media Arts. And Effigy Live was just more or less, I get on there, bruh. Nah. I was younger. You know what I'm saying? 8 years younger. So I was like 38 at the time. And bruh, the stuff that I was, hey, yo, I done matured a little bit. You know what I'm saying? With age come wisdom a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I was reckless on that. Yeah. But but I was doing the show to learn. Basically, the whole premise of me doing these type of shows was for me to learn what to do. So me learning what to do as far as technically, so I can go ahead and share this and make it a business. You know what I'm saying? So my whole reasoning behind doing these type of shows, it was to learn, you know what I'm saying? So I can create a business. And that's what I did. So Effigy Live ran for a long time, and it's still a thing, you know what I mean? And then I had little shows here and there, but it really wasn't no name, rhyme, or reason to it. And, then I got the Every Other Day podcast, which I started last year. And it was called the Every Other Day podcast because I couldn't get committed to be doing it, the podcast every day. So I told people, I'm gonna come and do it every other day. So I made the Every Other Day podcast, and it was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool, but that started at my office, at the content studio. Again, 43700 Woodward Avenue, Bloomfield. Right on the edge of Pontiac. So started the Every Other Day podcast, and just trying to learn and get the business off the ground, really, because I never, I couldn't really commit to a daily type of thing. But of late, like I say, the last 2 months or so, we started Pontiac WYAC. You know what I mean? And that's what we've been doing. Created it, didn't know if anybody wanted to be a part of it. I just created it because, and got 2 great co-hosts that come on, and we be committed, we have fun, and that's the end of the day. That's what it's all about. We have fun to give us something to do, talk about, and hopefully get some minds thinking and keep some minds, and let the community know that they're a part. And that's the whole reason why the Pontiac WYAC. So came up with a dope logo. And I kind of see some different things for it too. Like for situations like when there's let's say there's some type of city event, I can see a table, because I got all the stuff that's needed for like a real broadcast out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like like a pop-up, like going to a venue, having a table, have the logo, have the radio, have the mixer there, have the microphones there, doing real live interviews live with great quality. I can do that now. I do it now. You know what I'm saying? I do it now for clientele and stuff like that. So I can see WYAC doing the same thing, just popping up and supporting an event, charity basketball games, newsworthy events happen around the city of Pontiac or surrounding area. You know what I mean? And don't be surprised we do that. Don't be surprised we do that. So we're just gonna have, with consistency and everybody working together with the schedules, you know what I mean? I think that we're gonna continue to be able to do it. Don't be surprised if you start to see me come in the morning sometimes, not every other morning. I talked to James Scoob about that. sometimes he may be available. I know Amy schedule is a little bit different, but with the mornings and whatnot. But we may do it like that. Come in the morning sometime and just talk a little bit crazy. Ain't no telling, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we might get a foothold, like we might get a foothold of for real, like councilman or somebody that might want to join us in the morning, or anybody, you know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna roll it and have fun, you know what I'm saying? Just roll it and have fun. This is not meant to, if anybody gets offended out there, this is not meant to offend anybody. Difference of opinion don't mean that nobody, we're just having fun. And at the end of the day, this place is too small for us not to get along. You can't get along with everybody, of course, but I strive to. And my ultimate goal as Asante Lucas, as Effigy Media Arts, is to be able to be an instrument, to be able to help people with the craft that I do, what I love to do, what God has been able to bless me to be able to do. I don't know what else I would do if I wasn't doing what I do. There's nothing else I want to do. I know I'd be so miserable doing something else. I just know it. I don't know if I would even last. I don't know how long I would last. You know what I'm saying? You say you have a subject for me, people with dogs and vicious dog bites. I'm still in therapy and have nerve damage in my hand. Wow, that'd be a good thing because Deanna, because Amy is a nurse and she talks health. That's another thing that we talk. We talk physical health and we talk mental health here. We have difference in opinions in that too. You know what I'm saying? But she's a nurse and she does a lot of stuff. And she keeps us on point with a lot of health issues. So that might be something good to talk about. Nothing is, like I say, even if you wanted to come on for a minute and talk about the, dog bites and not only dog bites, just whatever. You can come on, talk about that stuff, talk about whatever you want to talk about. That's it. For real, talk about whatever you want to talk about. So, now it's crazy. We getting to the end of the year. This year has went past so fast. And I'm going to tell you, man, my year coming up to now has been so different. It was the year started off as a year do, sometime the year start off slow and things start to happen as the year goes. But man, this year started with a bang, meaning not a great bang, it was just normal, just what it was. And things happened that could have slowed my progress down. And I'm gonna tell you, man, perseverance. And I'm not gonna be just, I got my cigar, you know what I'm saying? But I got a praise report, Like, God has been good to me, man. God has been good to me. And I acknowledge God in any and everything that I do. Even if you don't believe in him or whatever you believe, God has been good to me. I never, you know what I'm saying? God has been good to me. I'm gonna never, just because that's not what somebody believes, that's what you don't believe. You know what I'm saying? I believe in God, you know what I'm saying? And he's been good to me. I'm gonna tell you, like, he's taken things out of my life and replaced them and increased and made me. It's all because of him. I know nothing. God is the only reason why I'm able to do what I do. The connections with good people, great people, to allow me to be in places to do what I do. There's nobody else but God, because I'm not that good. I always say I'm nothing. I don't really know much, but God gives me the wisdom and the knowledge that I have and how to exercise what I know to do what I do. Other than him, it ain't nothing that I do. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate God for everything he do, and I thank him every single morning, even when things don't even look good or great that day, or I might not be feeling too hot. I thank God for the portion of strength that I have. and what he's done for me, and the ability to go out there and make a difference still to make things better. And like I said, rocky road in the beginning of the year a little bit. I got in a crazy accident. It was still it was still cold a little bit. It was just now coming into spring. I got in an accident that wasn't great. That really was could have put me back. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't it put me back a little bit, but it didn't really phase me, you know what I'm saying? And but I look at things like that, like, that was happening for the good. Because at the end of the day, I could have walked out of that crash or that accident crippled. I couldn't even be doing what I'm doing today. So God blessed me to have activities of my limbs, no broken bones and no problems, really. I walked out of it. People thought I was mangled at that accident. So, God took me out of that unscathed, you know what I mean? That's how I know his love and protection is around me. He helped me sustain my business. Really, this was my first year. Really, I'm at a year and a half now at the business. And I've been in business, quote unquote, for, 7 years on my own, but I never had a place that I had to pay rent and pay lights and internet, and I never had an office. And it's not huge. But it's good. It's good for what I do and what I'm able to do in there, and I make it work. And it's profit. Now I'm coming into the profit zone with it. It took me a while to understand how to run it and what to do and pricing. And it took me some time to understand what I was doing. Now I got it. You know what I'm saying? But he helped me sustain the ability to keep the business going while I was learning, and gave me some good people. I have to give a great big old shout out to serendipitously Bobby. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Benton, she's been rolling with me at the pod for a little bit over a year now. My first and faithful client, you know what I'm saying? And, every week, you know what I mean? So he's put people, and we made business connections. She's done, and she has grown and did bigger things, you know what I'm saying? And things expanded herself. Like, so there's, people that have come into my life I've learned from, and new people and new opportunities. So I've been, as the year progressing, then better and more things as I stay faithful start to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never kicked myself when things wasn't going too well. I just say, God know what he doing. He basically, he raised me from the dead. You know what I'm saying? A couple times, like I say, because, that car accident, man, I could have been gone, so, and I know what he's able to do and what he's done. So, I'm not going to doubt him. So the ability to be able to keep me to do what I do is just awesome. So as the year progressing, like I said, I'm getting more opportunities. Forged also, man, great relationship. Hey, with the city of Pontiac. I love the city of Pontiac and the people down at City Hall, you know what I'm saying? Like, giving me opportunities. If there's some extra things that they may need, I let them know, don't hesitate to call. Big shout out to Phil Brown. Also, what's my man name? Down there with City Hall? Man, Jules. Jules. Shout out to him, who is Phil Brown's assistant or works with him at City Hall video work. Hey, if them guys ever need anything, they know they can call me if anything extra, or if I need help, I call them. You know what I'm saying? So great relationships with people. Robin, Tanisha Taylor, down there. There's a lot of good people in the city of Pontiac. That, hey, I haven't done a whole heap of a lot of work with them this year, but things that they have called upon me to do, I've been able to do with flying colors, and I appreciate those opportunities. I really do. And shout out to the Oakland Press. Was able to work with different news outlets this year. Things just started to snowball and pick up, and it's just been a good thing. Got some new podcast people coming. Shout out to Lauren Nicole and Ida Logan. with their mental health talk. They come to the podcast studio, the pod, 43700 Woodward Avenue, Bloomfield, Michigan. They come and do their podcast. I got another young man coming starting this Wednesday on the this Wednesday coming up. Got another podcast coming up this Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Sunday, I'm sorry. A sports podcast. People coming to the pod. So God gave me the opportunity to be able to understand the business that I'm trying to do before he gave me an influx of people coming. So a lot of times when you want to ask for something, you're not usually ready for it. You know what you want, you know what I mean? But you don't know if you're ready to handle what you're asking for. So I thank God for the trial, or I feel the tribulation. I ain't gonna even say it was a tribulation, but I thank God for the times where, the learning stage where but that year or so of getting the opportunity to have the pod and having a client like Bobby Benton, it gave me an opportunity to understand what I was doing at a slow pace, and understand pricing, understand lighting. It made me understand a lot of stuff over that last year until I got to the point where, like, you know what? When I first got the pod or the studio, my eyes were bigger than what my stomach was. You understand what I'm saying? Like, now I understand what the pod capability and the capacity is for it. So now I know how to market it. Now I know how to, and that's what I do. So I'm very thankful for where I'm at right now. And I prayerfully, God, and I know he will. He's going to continue to bless. But I just also want to, if he don't do anything else for me, he's done more than enough. You know what I'm saying? For real. But everything and every step that I take is because of him. And people, for real, if it wasn't for him, God working through me, I don't even really know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Like it's beyond me. But I appreciate everything he do. So I'm always, regardless on what I do, I don't care if I'm up here smoking a cigar, having a drink, which I don't drink, you know what I'm saying? But regardless what I do or talk about, I'm always going to acknowledge him. And if you don't like that, you just don't like that. That's your problem. Amen. God's covenant. The year was different for me. Some things God don't need questions or compliments. Everyone's testimony is different. Absolutely. Also, I just learned a lot of things about boundaries this year. And standards, boundaries and standards, So that's one of the conversations that we're going to have on here on the WYAC. We're going to talk about boundaries and standards, you know what I mean? You can't hold people to a standard that you ain't going to hold yourself to. But boundaries, you got to always have a boundary. You don't owe anybody anything. At the end of the day, you owe yourself, and you owe God, in my opinion. But, ultimately, even if you don't believe in God, you owe yourself. You got to have boundaries. You got to put people in a proper position, place with you. Because if you let them habitually be a line stepper, that's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? So we're going to have conversations talking about habitual line steppers. You know what I mean? Like people that, they go a little bit too far. You let them slide and they keep doing it. Then you have to pop out and show niggas. You know what I'm saying? What Kendrick said, So we got to talk about that, boundaries. But you're going to need boundaries in everything that you do. Boundaries is nothing but really a respect. It's a line in the sand that you just don't cross. And we need that, and we got to respect that. You know what I mean? Now ain't the time to be playing with people. We coming out of COVID really a couple years ago or whatever. People still catching it, don't get me wrong, but people now are still as antsy and edgy as they was. Now ain't the time to be playing with people. You got to respect people. You can't talk to people any type of way. You can't treat people any type. We all adults. And we all have potential of flipping out on you. And you don't know how deep, just because a person is buttoned up, laced up, tie, nice haircut, shaved, or they have their dress and pumps on in person, they look very professional. You don't know. That person might, cut a rug on you. You have to be very, very careful and be mindful of how you treating people out here. And if you disagree or things don't work out, it's cool. It's all right. But you got to learn how to be able to, I mastered the way of trying to, of being diplomatic, you know what I mean? And walking away from bad situations. But you got to be able to know how to respect people. And I've dealt with that in my life where, because I'm very laid back and I'm cool, people think that you can kind of step the line with me, but they find out quick, fast. You can't step the line with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no Billy Badass, but I don't play when it comes to disrespect, because I don't disrespect people. So I don't want to be disrespected. I even let you step the line, put your toe on the line a couple times, and you might even sit on the line a couple times for a while, but you cross it, I'm gonna chop your foot off and send it back to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we gotta really learn how to respect people. We have to respect people for what they do and who they are. You know what I mean? And even if you don't respect a person, that's fine too. You don't have to, but you have to respect the fact that that person has a reaction to your disrespect. Respect that at least, because you don't know, by your disrespect of them, it might land you in a bad situation. So be very careful about how you treat and talk to people, even if you don't respect them. So we're going to have conversations talking about respect. We're going to be having line steppers, boundaries. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about a lot of that type of stuff. And, type of stuff that, happens every single day. Every single day. So I just been having a good time, quite honestly. It's 10:10. Somebody called. Did somebody just call right now? Whoever called, can you call back, please? I think I missed the call. I think I did. Please call back. See, I'm taking phone calls. I got the iPad right here, and I just don't, and I missed the phone call. If you could call back. I think I just missed it. No, I missed it 20 minutes ago. So if you could call back, I appreciate it. So yeah, we're gonna have those type of conversations, and again, the community is invited for that. But I'm gonna take one more stoke of this cigar here, because I'm not a cigar smoker. I'm not a smoker at all, Anna, quite honestly. My brother-in-law, D. Wins, who is the contributor, he gave me, he was here a couple weeks ago. He likes cigars, so, we went and grabbed one at the store, a little cheap one. I don't know if it's a good one or a bad one, to tell you the truth, but it is a Fuente, you know what I mean? So, whatever. It do what it do. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the type of stuff we gonna do here. I'm gonna put the number back up, and if anybody want to call, they can do so. But again, I think we could probably some nights, some days, I think I'm gonna come here first thing in the morning, and I think I'm gonna come up first thing in the morning and do those types of things. Let me see here. I want to give a shout out also to which I'm not going to be able to attend. I thought that I was going to be able to attend, but I want to give a shout out to Delia Nicole tomorrow at United Wholesale. Let me go ahead and put on here. Let me go. Healing through expression, youth empowerment. Tomorrow at UWM, they have a plethora of things going on. I'm going to her page right now. I want to talk about it. I thought I was going to be able to attend. Something came up where I'm not going to be able to attend now. I hate that, but it was just a last minute type of thing. But let's see what we got going on. Tomorrow, they have a panel discussion on youth trauma, emotional regulation, and pathways to healing. Look up this young lady. She's moving the needle. Like I say, she's moving the needle. Resource fair featuring local organizations offering support and tools for mental health and community safety. Also, they're going to have breakout sessions for interactive storytelling, creative expression, and peer support. And the best part of all is just free. Like Kermit Williams say, free 99. So you can register in advance. She's going to have a panel discussion. Who is the panel discussion with here? We're going to have Bobby Benton, Dr. Teresa Moore. Where's the other name? I don't have the other name, but it starts tomorrow, UWM, and you can get there early, y'all. You should get there early around noon, a little bit before noon. I don't want to be wrong with the time, but let's see what time this thing starts here. I just want to give a shout out to her for doing, and continuously. I want to give a shout out not only to her. She's doing a lot of great things. Delia has this year really made power moves to make identify your dream greater and better. And I've seen it. I could see the growth, but really it just seemed like this last year she's really just put the hammer to nails. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that she didn't do it before. She was doing it before, but she's really pushing hard to make things even better for the organization, and she's moving things, like mountains. You know what I'm saying? So she's doing it, and she's into what she does. She believes in it, and her heart is for the kids. You know what I mean? In the situations that she want to help them in. Also, Misha Branner, which is doing great big old things too. Like, she's doing so much I can't even keep up. You know what I mean? So it's some people out here just doing some real big things. Those are two of the ones that really stick out and stand out to me. Like, far as I see them doing a whole bunch of things that are good and are helping. That are helping the city of Pontiac. Also, like I said before, Dustin McClellan, the PCF, Pontiac Collective Impact Partnership, doing good and great things. So there's some help out there, and not only just help, those are some good people. The heart, what's from the heart speaks to the heart. You know what I mean? So I believe these people are from a heart doing because when you're doing service, community service, and things like that, you just it's almost like a doctor or a nurse. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really like to do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to really love to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? I've seen people like nurses take care of people that couldn't even really wipe themselves or do certain things for them, and they help them. And I'm like, man, I don't know if I could do that type of, but it's something in them. Not that I don't want to, but they just have the fortitude to do it. You know what I mean? And it's people that are just built to do these types of things. And I mentioned in their names because I believe that they are built to do what they're doing, and to help people and go above and beyond their way to find ways to help people is a real big thing too. So it's not easy being that and doing that, so I still my hat to them, for what they doing. So again, you guys, I just wanted to come on tonight, have a little fun, talk to you and tell you about the show, where we going and what we've been up to and what we're going to continue to be up to. You know what I mean? It was just going to continue to have fun. We're going to continue, I don't care, to push the envelope. We're going to keep it fun. We're going to always keep it fun. It is going to get a little crazy sometime, but no, it's coming from the heart. We ain't hurting nobody. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. We just, we just some old folks that like to talk. That's all it is. But no, for real, and we're going to continue to have fun, but bring some knowledge and to the forefront of what I don't know, what they don't know, and probably bring some people on that can answer some questions. And not only just that, like I said, the every other day person. You know, the barber. I'm trying to get Eric Hathaway on here. He talking about he coming, he ain't even been on here yet. I understand everybody busy, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure we gonna get him. We gonna get Terrence on here because he DJ. He do some stuff. Some people we ain't seen or heard from in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But they out here and they doing good things. They maintaining. You know what I mean? Like, I see my homeboy Antoine Green out here with his business that he's doing. Like, what is it? Lawn care. He fixing stuff. Like, yo, he doing everything. Jason Lawton, my boy from way back, met him through my other homeboy, and Jason out here running a terrific business. I would love to talk to him. You know what I mean? These just guys, regular guys like me that, you know, found something to do that they like and doing it and prospering and taking care of their families. That's it. And really, that's the majority of that's really the majority of the world. It's more of us than them. You know what I mean? We just do what we been charged to do and love to do and not afraid to go after it. So yeah, I mean, you know, reach out to those guys and see what happens. But with that said, want to give a shout out to my kids. You know what I mean? All good kids. I got good kids. They ain't never really gave me no problems. You know what I'm saying? So give shout out to my chillins. You know what I mean? They all grown now. So if anybody asks me, do you got kids? Nope, I ain't got no kids. I got grown-ups, you know, so they never gave me any problems, and shout out to them. Sometimes you just want to acknowledge your kids, you know what I mean? Let them know they never gave me no major big problems. And the problem that was big, we got through. Never happened again. So shout out to my kids, and they all pursuing, man, shout out to my kids. They all pursuing. My son, Nazir, he's pursuing, like, you guys can't see, but back here, if you see this Stevie Wonder poster, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about that. That's my dad's. Okay? That's my dad's poster or picture. And he brought that into the house in 1980. Yeah. That's one of the only things that I have of my father's right there. He brought a picture, somebody from his job had painted that Stevie Wonder picture right there. And then somebody painted a picture of Prince, just like that. It's a watercolor. I think that one got damaged in a flood that we had. And this is one of the, I don't have a lot of stuff from my dad. My dad's no longer here anymore, but I don't have a lot of stuff from him. But that picture's always been here in the lab with me. And I used to sit in that corner and do music in that corner back here. And I created, you know, like I told people before, I created an album down here. 53 songs, 55 songs, triple CD. And it was basically, the album was about my life. You know what I mean? It was called The Issue. And I sat down here and created an album. And my son watched me do that for like, I really was into music and creating music and beats, and that's how I really learned how to do what I'm doing now, because I had to learn the computer and a lot of stuff. But my son Nas and my other son Sante, my namesake, they watched and, you know, learned. Well, my son Nas picked up the music portion. If y'all underseen Nas, Nas can do all types of audio stuff. Like if you had a panel discussion, if you had a big event where you needed audio, this guy Nas, my son Nas, can do it. He's an audio whiz. Like, he's a genius at it. You know what I mean? Like, he took the little bit I known and all the equipment that I got, took my stuff and my knowledge, and he took my knowledge and gained knowledge, and he took my equipment and got more equipment and better equipment, and he became great. So I want to give a shout out to him. My son Sante, I mean, he's a pillar. He's a rock, man. Like my son Asante, he's a rock. Like, he's very dependable, you know what I mean? And a lot of the stuff that I do, he really helps me. Both of them do. But he's a type of guy, he's into what I'm doing, and he's developing a different way for me to do certain things inside the business that I'm doing. And he's he's something, you know what I mean? Like he has a way of bringing to the table stability. Like, you know, and I tell his mother that all the time, like, yo, he is stable. Like I'm very dependable. He has gotten that from me. Very dependable. If he say he gonna do something, he does it. You can't buy that. You can't buy that, bro. Like, you can't even teach that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to have that in their DNA to want to be that type of person. He is dependable, and he's always going to strive, I could tell, to do the right thing. He's a good listener. So he's really basically trying to, you know, take over the business and put me out of, you know what I mean? Like, yo, old man, I got this. You know what I mean? But, you know, dependable rock. My daughter, Imani. That's my girl. She can't leave me alone. But no, that's my girl. You know, super proud of her, man. Like, she is a dancer she's a pure dancer. My daughter, I mess with her a lot. If y'all notice, I post her a lot, even more than the other kids, you know what I'm saying? But it's just something about girls, you know? And we mess with each other like brothers and sisters, quite honestly. But my daughter is my girl, you know what I mean? Anything I have, she got. But she's learned what a man, I believe, should be by looking at me and the responsible, being that rock. And she's become dedicated. Like, when you say dedication, that's her. This girl has been dancing since really infancy. Like, the stuff, like, she was like, you know, when you go to your kids' programs and when they little, and she always had rhythm. She was the one up front doing, she just had it. You know what I mean? She had the star quality. And now, you know what I mean, she's grown and she's listened to some of the things I said, I believe, I would like to hope so. And she's initiated it into her life. And she's a professional dancer now. She's a Pistons dancer. And out of all the girls that had tried out for that and to make it, but I always believed and knew that she was. I didn't really have a doubt in my mind. I knew she was. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous, and I just wanted her to know that. I can't really even put into words about this person, but she, you know, her day ain't right if she don't mess with me. I don't think, I would like to think so, and vice versa. So that's my girl. But dedication, I can say with her, strictly dedication, know what she wants. Like, she know what she wants, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it takes her some time. She know what she's wanting. She's been knowing what she's been wanting for a long time. She's dedicated. My son, Sante, like I say, he's a rock, steady. You know what I mean? Steady, he's a pillar. And Nas, inquisitive. Nas is inquisitive. Nas is, you know, he always want to figure out how it works. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the same way in a lot of ways. So I appreciate God giving them the better parts of me. You know what I mean? And being able to be. So I wanted to give a shout out to them before we get out tonight. Or before I get out tonight. I just wanted to pop on, like I said, have a little good time, a little bit of talk. Now, since I'm about to get, I guess I'm going to probably get me something else to eat. You never know. You might see me tomorrow morning. Maybe not. But tune in this Tuesday coming up. You know what I mean? I know you guys got a long weekend. I know hopefully you ain't going to have no more power outages, whatever. But, you know, have a good, safe weekend this week. You know what I mean? And enjoy it with friends and family, you know, for this holiday, whatever. And be cool. I might come on tomorrow morning, have a little fun with you guys. And, but again, you know, thank you for joining Pontiac WYAC. It's been fun. Thank you, you know what I'm saying, to the co-host that come on and the contributor D-Wins, you know what I mean? Thanks. And everybody that participate with all the comments and the phone calls that we got so far. Again, thank you to Councilwoman. She's the first person that came on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give a shout out to her, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean? That came on, she talked, you know what I mean? So shout out to her. We had fun with her. And we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep it rolling. With that being said, y'all, I want y'all to have a good night, and we're gonna probably get with you guys, or I'm gonna get with you guys probably tomorrow morning. Probably. I booked out to go do something tomorrow. But I might be able to get on early, you know what I'm saying, if that, or, you know, either way, we're going to be back Tuesday, God willing, man. So with that being said, y'all have a good night, and thank you for enjoying and being part of Pontiac WYAC. On behalf of myself, Asante Lucas, Scoob G, and Amy, and D Wins, when D Wins is able to join us, you know what I mean? We'll be back. Much love. Keep God first, family second, and you third. And in that order, you should never be made last, because the last is always made first. And this is Sante, yo. One love. Yeah, that's that Pontiac WYAC. That's how we do things, like quality like that, all right? No copyrighted music. Big shout out to Ida Logan. Yeah. I was about to freestyle on this joint. Big shout out to Nicole, Lauren Nicole, Bobby Benton, Reggie Wins, roll call, Patricia Whitaker. We do a roll call real quick. Nakia, Letitia, Diana, Delia. Yeah, that's what we might have a roll call. That's something else that we probably go implement in the show. I just had a thought about it. Yeah, we're going to have a roll call. Pastor McDonald, Gil Garrett, Anisha Hannah, Jenna Williams, Darla's Bachelor, Dante Taylor, Kelsey West, Martell Taylor. Yeah. James Gay, Amy, Brandon, yeah, we gonna do roll calls. Ebony Johnson, Donald Trump, Carolyn Craig, what up? This is roll call. My man Ash, Tracy, my man Tracy McGee with the cigar shop down the way. Yeah. Renisha, thanks for coming out to the pod. Nas. DJ Bobo, which also always be on the show. He always popping up in the comments. He called in a couple times. Give a shout out. We gonna give a shout out to who else? Antoine Green. You know, it's so much more, but yeah, we gonna start giving roll calls. You know what I mean? That's gonna be part of the show. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, but definitely Tuesday. Them other days, question marks. But Tuesday, exclamation mark. I get with y'all. One love.